Good morning students. Welcome to Samagra Shiksha Andhra Pradesh KGBV Chittoor district online class. I am Sumalata, CRT Social from KGBV Ramakupam Chittoor district. Dear students, can you observe these images? What do you think of these images? Okay, let me guess. These are different weather conditions we can observe. First picture is burning trees. Second one is drought prone area. Third one is cyclone image, and next image is reminds us summer and then normal day, and again flood and rainy picture, and the final one is frozen picture that reminds us it is a winter season. Can you guess what is today's our topic is? Today our topic is climate of India, chapter 4. Before going to the lesson, I assume that you have completed 3 chapters. That is, first chapter is India relief features, second chapter is ideas of development, third chapter is production and employment. Let us discuss about climate of India. What is the meaning of climate? Climate refers to the sum of weather conditions and variation over a large area for a long period is called as climate. I repeat once. Climate means over a large area for a long period is called as climate. Over a 30 years period is called climate. Weather. What is the meaning of weather? State of the atmospheric pressure over an area at any point of time or short period. Once again repeat. What is the meaning of weather? Over an area at any point of time or a short period. Let's move on. Difference between climate and weather. The primary difference between weather and climate is the duration over which they are measured. Remember, the word duration, it is the only keyword that differentiates between climate and weather. Weather includes the short-term changes of the atmospheric conditions, while climate is the observation of weather for a longer term. Remember, weather is the short-term and climate is the long-term observation. I hope you understand, students. Okay. Let us know the elements of weather and climate. These elements of weather and climate are 5. These are temperature, atmospheric pressure, wind, humidity, and precipitation. Now we will discuss about these 5 elements. First one is temperature. It is the measure of hotness or coldness expressed in terms of any several scales including Fahrenheit and Celsius. Generally, we heard these terms in daily weather news. I hope you know all this. Temperature is measured with the thermometer. See children, it is a thermometer. The second element is atmospheric pressure. It is pressure within the atmosphere of Earth. I repeat, it is pressure within the atmosphere of Earth. It is calculated by barometer. It is calculated by barometer. And third element is wind. Wind is the natural movement of the air. Wind is the natural movement of the air. Wind is calculated by anemometer. Remember students, wind is calculated by anemometer. And fourth element is humidity. Humidity is the amount of water vapor in the air. I repeat, humidity is the amount of water vapor in the air. It is calculated by hygrometer. And last one is precipitation. Precipitation is the water released from clouds in the form of rain, freezing rain, sleet, snow. It is calculated, it is measured with the rain gauge. It is measured with rain gauge. Next, move on. Climatographs or climographs. What is the climographs or climatographs? A climograph is a graphical representation of a location's basic climate. Observe this graph in India. This graph shows about maximum temperature, minimum temperature and rainfall. See children, this blue bar is shows about rainfall and this line shows about maximum temperature and this line shows about minimum temperature. You will asked questions based on this graph, such as in which month highest temperature is recorded. Again ask one question, in which month least rainfall is recorded. I hope you understand students. Let us discuss about factors influencing climate and weather. Due to the factors, maybe the temperature will be increase or decrease. That is we called influence. These factors are latitude, land-water relationship, relief and upper air circulation. Let us discuss about each one. First one is latitude. The imaginary line that we divide the regions on Earth as tropical, as those close to the equator. Students, this is equator, 0 degrees longitude. It is the biggest longitude on the globe, and this line is Tropic of Cancer, and this line is Tropic of Capricorn. Students, you observe on the screen, this portion is called tropical zone because sun rays falls vertically on the equator, and above the Tropic of Cancer, this portion is called temperate zone, and near Arctic Circle we called polar zone, and below the Tropic of Cancer, this portion is called also temperate zone, and near the Antarctic Circle, this portion is called polar zone. Let us we compare the climate of our country. India, the southern part lies in the tropical belt closer to the equator. Therefore, this region has higher average temperature than the north part. This is one reason for the climate of Kanyakumari being entirely different from Bhopal or Delhi. India is situated roughly between 8 degrees north and 37 degrees 6 minutes north latitudes, and the country is divided into almost 2 equal parts by the Tropic of Cancer. The part south of the Tropic of Cancer lies in the tropical zone. The part north of the Tropic of Cancer lies in the temperate zone. Let us discuss about land-water relationship. It was one of the main important factors. Can you observe these pictures? Land gets heated as well as cools faster than sea. During day wind blow from sea to land. During night, sea is warm and land is cool. A large part of southern India, because of its long coastline, comes under the moderating influence of the sea. The differences between the temperature of day and night and that summer and winter is not much. This is known as equable climate. This is about land and water relationship. Let us discuss about relief. The next factor is relief. The temperature decreases at the rate of 6.0 degrees Celsius for every 1000 meters increase in altitude. Hence, hills and mountains will have lower temperature than locations on the plain. Students, you would have heard about several hill stations of Himalayan regions like Simla, Gulmarg, Nainital and Darjeeling as places that have cool climate even during the peak summer. Students, here given physical map of India, this brown color shows about hills and mountains. So these are Himalayan hill stations. These are Himalayan hill stations. Similarly, Kodaikanal, Ooty have cooler climate compared to places near the coast. This is the coastal line. This is the coastal line. Next factor is upper air circulation. In the northern hemisphere, subtropical high pressure belt gives rise to permanent winds. They blow towards the equatorial low pressure belt by reflecting towards the west and are called trade winds. The German word trade means track and stands for blowing steadily in the same direction and in a constant course. India lies in the belt of dry northeast trade winds. The climate of India is also affected by the movement of upper air currents. Let us discuss about very important topic is seasons. We experiences main 3 seasons around the year. That is winter season, summer season, monsoon or rainy. Let us start from winter season. Let us start from winter season. It starts from mid-November to February. January is the coldest month in the winter season. Day temperature drops at below 10 degrees Celsius. This side shown India map shows the places that have the same average temperature for January. Students, you observe here North Indian temperature is in January month 10 to 15 degrees Celsius. In southern India, temperature is 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. During winter season, the winter is generally pleasant with a clear sky, low humidity and cool breeze. Cyclone depressions coming from Mediterranean Sea called western disturbances cause low to moderate rainfall over North India. This rainfall is boon to wheat crop which is generally cultivated in Rabi season. India lies in the trade wind belt of North Hemisphere. Northeast trades blow over India from land to sea and are therefore dry. Some amount of rainfall occurs on Coromandel coast. of Tamil Nadu. This is the Tamil Nadu state. This coastal line is also called Coromandel Coast. From these winds, as they pick up moisture from the Bay of Bengal while crossing it. Next season is summer. Summer season starts from April to June. In April, maximum day temperature exceeds 37 degrees Celsius in northern plains of India. In May, day temperature may touch 41 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius in many parts of the country. The northern plains experiences dry and hot winds called Lu. Here the question is, you will asked half mark or 1 mark question. What is Lu? Lus are dry and hot winds called Lu. These Lu winds are very destructive. Many persons die to the summer stroke in summer. What is mango showers? In the month of April, May, little bit rainfall occurs. Due to this rainfall, mangoes will be ripened. That's why we call as mango showers in Andhra Pradesh. Let us discuss about monsoon. Advancing monsoon. What is the climate of India? I repeat, what is the climate of India? India's climate is monsoon type of climate. The word monsoon derived from Arabic word mausam. Mausam meaning of rhythm of season. I repeat, the word monsoon derived from Arabic word is mausam. Mausam meaning is rhythm of season. Arab traders who came to India have used these winds to sail towards the Indian coast. The monsoon forms in the tropical area approximately between 20 degrees north and 20 degrees south latitudes. The south and southeast monsoon winds from the southern hemisphere carry moisture as they flow over the Indian Ocean and towards the equatorial low pressure zone. Southwest monsoon. Indian peninsula divides the into two branches, the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. Arabian Sea branch arrives at the west coast of India and moves northwards. The Bay of Bengal branch strikes the Bengal coast and the southern face of the Shillong Plateau. Both branches India by the beginning of June, which is known as onset of monsoon. The bulk of the amount rainfall in India is received from southwest monsoon. The amount of rainfall is very high along the west coast due to the Western Ghats and in northeast India due to the high peak hills. Let us start retreating monsoon. October, November is a period of transition from a hot wet conditions to dry winter conditions. The retreat of monsoon is marked by clear skies and rise in temperature. The land is still moist owing to the conditions of high temperature and humidity. The weather becomes rather oppressive. This is commonly known as October heat. The low pressure conditions which one prevailed over northwestern India move south to the center of the Bay of Bengal by early November. During this period, cyclonic depressions are common which originated over the Andaman area. These tropical cyclones are often very destructive. The thickly populated deltas of the Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri are their target. No year is ever found disaster free. Occasionally, these tropical cyclones visit Sundarbans and Bangladesh too. Students, can you observe the map of India? Southwest monsoon first enter to the Kerala in month of June first week, and this monsoon spread over the India. Southwest monsoon, the Indian peninsula divides into the two branches. The Arabian Sea branch, this is Arabian Sea branch, and this is Bay of Bengal branch. Arabian Sea branch arrive at the west coast. Arabian Sea branch arrive at the west coast of India, moves north side. Bay of Bengal branch strike the Bengal coast, and the southern face of Shillong Plateau. Both branches, Arabian Sea branch and Bay of Bengal branch, both branches reach India by the beginning of June, which is called onset southwest monsoon. And this map shows about withdrawal of southwest monsoon. Let us discuss the next topic is global warming and climate change. What is the meaning of global warming? Global warming is the gradual heating of Earth's surface, oceans and temperature. Mainly it is caused by greenhouse effects. Global warming is not a national problem but a global one. Climate change occurs due to global warming. Human activities like industrialization, deforestation, and pollution cause global warming. The primary cause of global warming is the greenhouse effect. There are various activities which release greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases form a kind of blanket over the Earth's surface, trapping the heat. Heated Earth's surface disturbs the monsoonal winds, resulting in climatic changes. Global warming also melts glaciers and Arctic ice, resulting in a warmer climate in the regions. Global warming and climate change are interrelated to one another. Let us discuss about AGW and climate change. AGW means anthropogenic global warming. Anthropogenic global warming is a theory explaining today's long-term increase in the average temperature of Earth's atmosphere as an effect of human industry and agriculture. So, anthropogenic global warming is causing many changes in the distribution of heat in the Earth system. So, the governments of other different nations are forms together a committee called IPCC. IPCC stands for Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. This is a global organization. The last attempt was made at the IPCC conference in Warsaw in Poland 2013. And we have two characteristics of countries: developing countries and developed countries. Developed countries want developing countries to cut down on burning coal and other activities that add greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. Developing countries argue that developed countries developed precisely by burning fossil fuels in their development. One of the human activities that contributes to global warming is deforestation. We are cutting trees, thousands and thousands of hectares of land without mercy, but we are using commercial purpose of that. We have no chance for grow a forest, just we are cutting down the forest and living. Greenhouse effects is complete down, temperature are going up and because of these also having major trends in climate conditions. Students, I can repeat the important point is IPCC. IPCC stands for Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. So this is the IPCC conference image, and this one is deforestation, industrialization image. Let us discuss about the last topic is impact of climate on India. By the next century, the earth temperature will rise by 2 degrees Celsius and would result in rise of 1 meter in sea level. The rise in sea level will affect the people in coastal regions as they have to be evacuated and consequently lost their livelihood. One of the live example is that of the people in East Kolkata. After the 2009 Alia super cyclone that hit the Sundarbans, several families comes to this city in search of work. Near 200 families resided unlawfully in the Nonadanga area in East Coast. They are currently being evacuated by the Kolkata Metropolitan Development Authority. On March 30th, the slum was bulldozed in the presence of heavy police presence, and a few hutmen were put to flame. Almost 700 people who were homeless spent sleepless night due to the recurrent thunderstorm. They started working as house helps, rickshaw pullers and construction labor. Global warming resulted in the erratic pattern of rainfall across the country. This would lead to flood in some regions and drought in other, drastically affecting the pattern of agriculture and people's livelihood. Due to the fast melting of Himalayan glaciers, the natural habitat of fish would be affected. This will affect the livelihood of the fishermen. Similarly, there will be an increase in unusual weather conditions. Climate change is a global phenomenon and therefore it is affected all of us. Okay students, this is the end of our lesson. Now we will conclude this lesson by recapitulating what we have learned so far. Climate and weather, differences between climate and weather, elements of the climate and weather, factors influencing climate and weather, seasons, global warming and anthropogenic global warming and climate change. The last topic is impact of climate change. Students, note down your assignment. What are the elements of climate and weather? The second question is, what is jet stream? Third one is, what is greenhouse effect? Fourth one is, what is global warming? Fifth one is, expand the IPCC. Sixth one is, what precautions would you suggest for minimizing the global warming? Students, you know well, we have 6 academic standards in social studies. That is conceptual understanding, reading text, information skill, reflection on contemporary issue, mapping skill, appreciation and sensitivity. Here I will give reflection on contemporary question is 6th question. What precautions would you suggest for minimizing the global warming? So this is the academic standard 4, reflection on contemporary issue. Students, complete the assignment and upload in your 10th class WhatsApp group. If you have any doubts about this lesson, ask your subject teacher. Thank you.